I guess different people have different takes on when do you cancel a meeting if you have to. For example, if I have a meeting with you next week and I cancel with you at least 1 day before, 2 days before, it's fine. But if you cancel 1 hour before, that's going to have consequences on myself,
that's
you know?
different.
So, but every person is different.
Yeah,
so.
true.
Apart from being on time, which other aspects of time management do you guys like to talk about? Like, being focused in. Because as for me, I'm doing a number of businesses at the same time, and I find myself really inefficient to handle small things from time to time. Like I would like to finish all the tasks I have within a short time, but in reality I can't because I have limited time and energy on my own. So how do you manage your time effectively and efficiently from day to day?
Okay, so right now I'm helping with my family business, and I'm doing 2 projects at the same time, and I'm also doing advising another business.
Right.
So what I have to do with 4 things at the same time and making sure they are at that quality, meeting the deadlines, is I would plan, let's say 2 days a week, just on those 2 things, getting the stuff done.
Right.
And then I would have a 6-month plan or 1-year plan. In 6 months, which one needs to get done first?
So you prioritize things.
Yes. Wow. Which project is number 1 priority? Which project is number 2? Which project number 3? And which project can wait?
Right.
And you can't achieve everything at the same time. And then you have a family, like, I have a dog, and I have friends. We're friends.
That Pomeranian.
So, yeah, at least, yes, my Pomeranian. So I think prioritizing. And there's actually a questionnaire that my friend who's in psychology, so she asked me, if you can choose 5 things in life and rank them top to bottom, most important, least important, which would you order? I think I've asked you before. Wealth, work, health, friends, and family. So if you list
ranking
that
and prioritizing which you want to
yes,
do.
and they said if you can rank the first 3, just focus on the first 3, because you can't have everything.
But at the same time, you need to have a little bit of everything, right? Because otherwise you'll be like at A string.
It's more
like
you
don't
robotic.
talk to. So let's say
if it works.
family is at the lowest in the table. And you don't deal with them. You don't speak to them. I find myself kind of literally stay far away from my parents.
Yeah.
It depends. It depends on the situations you are facing and
priority, right?
Priority, and
because
you have to sacrifice one thing.
Right. Because one friend, she loves working, and she's just work. She's like, I don't really care about family. So she gets a top job at this big firm, but she doesn't care about family.
And there's downside to that, right?
Right, but then that's her life.
Yeah.
That's what if you look at the big banks and number top, they're all like that.
Yeah.
That's why you choose your friends, right? Who do you want to be friends with? So, but then there are also people who love family, who want to settle down. So, like I said, you've got to know yourself and go with it.
Okay.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Yeah. That's just her research, psychology.
How about you?
I guess it depends on, each person and where that person is at that particular point in their lives. So I guess a different, for example, in my 20s, early 20s, then much more, just all education, and it doesn't matter if I don't come home like, a year, 2 years, just stay wherever I am. I was at that time. And then later on, it's a lot more focus on work, and then lately, with a lot of my time is focused on family. It's really, now in my early 30s, then I realized how, family is a huge support network for my sanity, my mental health care. So I was hospitalized, a couple of years ago. And I have never been hospitalized in my life. I had dengue fever after
It's
going
confidential.
Okay. No, it's okay.
But if,
Quite
you'd like to,
confidential.
if you're comfortable with sharing,
Yeah,
thanks
yeah.
for sharing.
No, it's okay, right?
Yeah, he's fine with sharing.
Yeah. He wants to
Yes.
share.
Are you sure
Yep.
if it's dengue?
Yes, for that time, yes, I had dengue. And the people who were there consistently were my family. You know, of course, my
Yes.
friends and colleagues came, but you know,
The main
the main people, the supporters were my family. So I realized how, you know, fragile time can be as well. You know, and so especially when it comes to mental health. Then you know there are a lot of things that we cannot share with our colleagues. For instance, we spend most of our time with our colleague, but most of the things that we care deeply about we cannot share with our colleagues. So, you know, I guess it really depends on where we are at in a certain point in our lives.
Family support is important.
Right.
To care for ourselves and for our mental
Yeah.
capabilities.
Suri, do you want to add anything?
So for me, I'm helping my family business,
Yeah.
and I'm the founder of the other travel tourism business,
Yep.
and then also I'm joining the MBA. So and then also the family. So I try to balance my life with them. I try, but someday I fail somehow. But
Both studies and
yeah,
work,
yeah,
right?
because for Saturday, Sunday, I don't have time for my family. But
Right.
lucky that they understand me. But especially on the weekdays, after the office hour, I give time for them. Yeah,
That's good.
So
So this is how we balance.
yeah, I try to balance. Yeah.
Yeah.
So yeah.
As for me, I failed to keep in touch with a lot of friends. I'm really sad about it because I have to give the most of my time on the businesses I'm managing right now. So I failed to talk to them, you know, even once a month, you know, once a year. Like, they're good friends of mine who actually forgetting me, I think.
Okay.
Yeah.
That can happen. That
yeah.
can happen.
Yeah, actually, a lot of my friends say the same thing. Like, oh, they're on chat and like, hi, oh, sorry, we can't talk.
Yeah.
Because
They weren't trying, you know, another time, right? They were trying to chat with you.
I mean,
but
if
you
they're
don't talk
real
to them-
friends,
Yeah.
they will always
Yeah.
come back. If they're not meant to be.
Okay.
Right.
Being
If you don't
optimistic.
care,
Yeah.
I don't care as well.
So I'd also like to add about social media aspect of time management and how it can affect mental health. So, you know, we are the millennials who are open to Facebook, especially in Myanmar, which is
It's
I
the
would
king of
argue one of
digital.
number one, right, platform for young people here today. And I find that somehow, or very at times, problematic because you're spending a lot of time just reading notifications, looking at who likes it. One like, you're just looking at it. And you know, just because it's Facebook doesn't mean everything that you see is real. A lot of it is fake. But then it also confuses you. It affects your mental health. Sometimes it's depressing news. And you know, Facebook has the AI function, which is meant to sort of bring the news, you know, on your news feed that makes you sort of addicted to it.
Yeah.
And so it affects your mental health. And people they realize it, but it's not enough to stop them from using the phone. So when you're
And it's
sleeping,
also very disturbing,
Yeah.
right? When you're sleeping, right?
right.
When you're
I mean, a
sleeping,
lot of the times people check the Facebook is, you know, looking at their friends
Yeah.
and you know their colleagues, and they would end up comparing themselves to
Yeah.
their colleagues and their friends. And it's really not helping if somebody already has some mental
Yeah, it
health
becomes
illness.
It's really
depression
sad.
for
Yeah.
them.
Yeah, and it really constructs this culture of unhealthy competition, which does not really apply in real life, I think. Because people like to share things online, just talking about their best day of the week. And as you know, in reality, that's not true.
right?
That's not true.
Right.
So you end up just
Sometimes.
comparing your highlight reel of the day to another person's highlight reel of the year. Everyone has a different life. So
Because we're all on parallel lines, right? Nobody is trying to like crisscross each other we all have our own
Our own
lives.
life,
So it doesn't. We don't have to like compare.
no need.
Yeah,
with
actually,
other
we just
people.
have
Doesn't
to
make sense.
focus
Right,
on our own life.
Your agenda.
Yeah,
Right.
true.
Like you can't compare an apple to an orange. It does not make sense. But social media is like one platform. So everyone's like, oh, we're measuring ourselves through likes, which doesn't even make sense in reality. So
Yeah.
yeah.
I've been seeing posts like, hey, I've got iPhone 11 Pro. That's no.
For what?
I also want
And healthy
like
competition.
that.
Yeah.
But you can make it useful at the same time. Like
Right.
for instance, you should follow the news TV channels like 7 Day, 11, and you keep yourself updated. So you don't see a lot of posts which are not useful to you. So you can adjust the settings on those platforms. So, because the platform will be there for sure. But it depends on you.
It depends on how you
how you use
How
it.
you use
Yeah.
it. And I think the young people have terrible sort of
Yeah.
time management. It's not because they're just bad. It's just, I think it's a tech culture.
They are living in their like technology,
Yeah.
like they are living in their real culture.
Yes, it's virtual.
Spiritually, it's become
Yeah.
Depression and healthy.
It's very,
Yeah,
very bad
very bad.
for mental health.
yeah. For myself, it's like sometimes the notifications, like you said before, it's very disturbing sometimes because I have to. For me, I'm more like working more on the digital platform. I have
Yeah.
to because it's really related to my work. So every time there is a notification, whether I have to see like whether it's work or for my personal notification. So if it's a personal notification during the work, then it really disturbs me. Like you said, it really depends on you. It really depends on me who can really control or
Discipline.
not discipline
Yeah.
at work. So
Because
You
I
just
think
have to-
everyone is, a millennial today has many projects at the same time.
Right.
A lot of the young population have it. It's not just, and so everyone's just getting notifications all the time and sometimes it's just distracting.
yeah,
So,
I mean, addiction is a very big problem when it comes to mental health, right? They talk about substance abuse and alcohol abuse and all these things, but a lot of times we don't talk about social media addiction.
there should be a term now. Social
cyberbullying,
media
right?
addiction.
Also,
Yes.
cyberbullying also. Is,
Yes, a lot of attacks online
Yeah.
just because of social media.
Because it's you can just send a text message instantly when you have a
Right.
phone and internet.
Yeah,
Done.
and
Cool.
in the cyber world, it's like if you say something bad or good about someone, you feel like you can be excused. Why? Because you can hide your identity online. You feel like it's not like in person. In person, you'll be like, oh, you see the expression of someone, you don't want to hurt someone, but it's easier to do on the phone.
Right.
Because you're like, yeah, they won't see me, which is terrible. It's like making everyone like a tech, unemotional world, sort of. Yeah.
So we gotta manage our time effectively. That's it.
Away from social media.
Away from social
So
media.
away from social media.
Okay.
And we're posting it on social media. That's irony, okay? Anyway, so it really depends on you, anyway, how you use your time.
Yeah.
Depends on you.
Yeah. So how about you all? How are you managing your time effectively? Please let us know in the comment.
Is social media taking over your life? And if so, how?
So
Thank you.
That's all for today.
Like, share, and comment.
Don't forget to share.
See you guys. Bye-bye.
A very not a good example because I was like having some stress and I couldn't sleep until like 4 in the morning. So like trying
Oh
to
my
like
God, okay.
stay alive.